do some money laundering or something like that, and Purge hijacked and did a man-in-the-middle attack and stole some goods from him. He took...
No, I've told everyone that dude is lawful evil.
Nobody believes you. Yeah, I mean, because he's so lawful that it's like he couldn't possibly be evil, but really he's very sinister. He's very sinister, that character.
I know, right? We should know. We spent a lot of time with that dude.
Yes, that Kevin Godek character.
Dog's all a front.
Yes.
Front to get people to trust him. But we do have the Troll Warlord that got picked up. Stabile. I'm be surprised if they wouldn't grab something coming. I saw that coming from him.
Yep. And they pick it. Second pick of second phase. This gives them a ban. I would imagine that, or that gives them 2 bans. I would imagine that Zeus is one of these bans. Because, yep, okay.
Yep, there it is.
Well,
look at us. Professional Dota 2 casters. Look at us go.
I imagine if we can predict this,
then they are also. So is this a 4D chest Owie 2000 kind of thing, or
maybe it is, maybe it isn't. There's a lot of psychology to this little game that we have here. Okay, this isn't Fall Guys here, guys. This isn't Among Us. This is a real game that actually has depth to it. Okay, and strategy, and not just yelling at people to get them to crack. All right, Purge, not just yelling at people. You rude person. Anyway, Lena Ban, I feel like both of these teams, if you are Quincy Crew,
an Invoker,
OD looks legitimately god tier, other than the fact that you already have an AFK Terrorblade. But OD hard counters Troll. It gives you a save for the Windranger and Beastmaster, and you hard counter Abaddon. Abaddon. I need to pronounce that correctly. People are gonna correct me. It's
this coming from the guy who called Pepita Papita.
I know,
still calls him Papita.
But the difference is I'm not intentionally mispronouncing this one. I'm just an idiot, which is a real issue. But OD would be great here. It's just too slow, and I think OD on the other side would be
Invoker.
Invoker seems really good too, actually. Quaswex Invoker.
Show me an Invoker. Show me an Invoker. Let's buff up this Terrorblade with everything. There it is. Yeah. Let's go, boys. I'm on board. Let's get on this Quincy Crew train. I'm hype.
The classic combo we've talked about a million times today already, of the Solar Crest Alacrity Terrorblade, who is also going to be Bloodlusted and Legion Commander buffed.
Yeah.
So if you thought this hero couldn't have max attack speed, well, you didn't think that because he's an Agi hero, but he's going to have max attack speed in this game. He's going to do a lot of damage. And if you are Team Brazil, what can you pick here? Broodmother is not so good. Because I'm thinking cheese. You got to go with something cheese.
Do you shift? Because you could have a Windranger mid, or you could have it as a 4.
Select your hero.
Against Legion, really?
Well, it might be a mid.
Yeah, no, it's
that right, but then you just adjust your lane.
It's definitely mid.
40 hours playing Beastmaster? Okay.
Huh.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
in that case,
take him by surprise.
I think King RD will go mid with Bat. I don't see why you would side lane a Bat when there's a Legion side lane as well. And if you're Quincy Crew, you could consider going for some early points in Exort and playing like a side lane Exort Invoker and then swap to Quaswex, or maybe they just go Quaswex. But I don't feel like side laning the Invoker is that bad to get the Legion versus Bat matchup if he does go mid. Anyway,
we'll find out.
Anyway, I do want to mention, I think this Invoker is really great for this game, not just because of the alacrity on the TB. He's not just a one-trick pony in this game. For the same reason that OD was good, is the low int on all of these heroes. Beastmaster, Abaddon, and Troll Warlord in particular. If you just mana drain these heroes, they can't do anything. And it's like, they're hard to kill, right? They're not hard to stop from them killing you if you just drain all of their mana. Like, these heroes don't like to be kited, they don't like to lose their mana, they don't like to just be stopgap buzzkilled, and Invoker is such an amazing hero at doing this. I'm shocked that they didn't ban it.
I can't believe they didn't ban it. Yeah, honestly. I was looking through and I was like, can I say Invoker or am I going to look dumb? Is it already?
No, I mean...
It's not banned, so...
Once again, I mean, we were talking about it from like the second phase, or the start of the second phase. It looked like a good Invoker game. I mean, every game these days looks like a good Invoker game. Let's be real. This is just a fantastic hero currently.
So that's needed. Buffs up to these Agi heroes. Very popular, right?
Yeah, and he's a great group fighter. It's all about group fighting, having a tempo controlling mid, buffing. Like, he does everything. He does all the things that are like
all the
trendy
things
right now. He's the best at the things.
That is what you sound like.
All right, well, let's see how they lane this, because that is the big question mark in my mind. All right, is King RD? I will bet you one Monster Energy that King RD is not going mid.
That is what you sound like.
Okay, let me click. I will not.
No, that's cheating.
I will not take
that's
that.
Cheating, dude.
I will not take that.
Man, I just got swindled out of a monster. What the what?
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm not actually sure who's going mid.
You can't change your mind now.
Beastmaster has non-shared tangos.
Follow the same.
Beastmaster is 4DR, and 4DR is going mid. I'm telling you, right here, right now. Adriano is going to that mid lane.
I'm sure he can side lane flex. Come on.
I'm sure he could, but he's gonna go mid.
He's not.
Fight me, Jenkins.
We'll see. We still don't know. Lelis is.
I don't know. This is looking pretty clear that he's going mid right now.
I don't know. No.
Confident.
I will say that it depends on the heroes that they scout in the lanes. I think they might rotate.
Okay, that's a fair assumption, but initially...
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, initially you're going to go somewhere, but look at this. Look at how King RD is playing. Do you see how they're both in the mid lane?
Yeah, because they're swapping. King RD is going top and Kostabile is going bottom.
Okay, they're doing this lane shenanigans. See, I was thinking that Lelis would... Well, Lelis just needs to follow the Batrider. That's really all that needs to happen here. And King RD just wants to avoid Lelis. That's all that needs to happen. So, if Lelis is not mid, then King RD is not going to go mid.
And now, the moment you've all...
So, I
used that ward to spot out Lelis pretty early.
Let's do it.
I actually should have bet against Bat going mid just because Invoker is mid. So he's never going to follow an Invoker. There's no point.
And I could have had a Monster Energy, but you were...
I was thinking about it. Excuse me. Forgive me for using...
You don't think. Get out of here, you degenerate.
Well, I was pretending to think, okay? Come on.
So it is indeed a 4DR versus Quinn in the mid lane. Trying to take down these boars fast as he can. Got the basic lineup here in the bottom lane of UR and SVG facing off with the Baden. And King RD taking a lot of time here to shift around to the lane. He is going to...
Look at Lelis. He's just walking. Oh, this is sad. This is sad.
Making sure that you get the right matchup, right?
Yep. It is so boring to be a core in one of these games. Oh, high five him. Okay.
There we go.
I thought he was gonna walk by. It's like, man, maybe you are really is Professor Snape.
What?
Come on.
When was that a thing?
He looks kind of like Snape.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He looks Slytherin at least.
I don't even know what that means, dude.
Evil. Your bar looks like evil Sumail. Tell me he doesn't.
God.
Tell me he doesn't.
I don't think he looks like evil Sumail. I think he looks like his brother.
Sumail looks like Harry Potter, and Yuar looks
No,
like
he
Snape.
Yikes, dude. I don't know which version of Harry Potter you were watching, but
The good one.
apparently you were taking some other stuff while you were watching it. I'm glad you're back from Ukraine, dude. It's good to cast with you again and just be absolutely ridiculous.
This is
And this middle lane feels so bad right now for poor clicked down by Quinn. Boars are getting clicked down.
I feel like this isn't that bad of a lane for Invoker. You can sustain through the boar harass and you can tornado them.
Yeah. I think Quinn seems too bothered by this considering he's 11-3 right now.
I feel like
Growing more powerful.
both of this is like another one of these wash lanes though. Mid lane happens to
For
be
a
like
while.
that.
It could shift. Generally pretty quiet. King RD took a lot of damage down here. Gotten a couple Lellis, but Lellis just chasing after him. Doesn't have those stacks anymore. It's off over on Tay. Not much. This lane, I feel, probably going to wash unless they get aggressive. Saying that now, just slowly, just chipping away over here on King RD. They help Onyx Shield, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be our first blood, and SVG will collect it happily. Real close to those boots now.
Yeah, it's a counter lane. He's playing against an Oof Ogre as well. Like, there's so much kill threat
Good
here.
era.
But I don't think Yawar is that happy to be up towards this top lane either, though. Like, Troll has pretty good magic damage, so does Windranger.
Huh. This is interesting. They're going to put Windranger down here in the bottom lane to deal with Ellis.
They're doing like a support swap, or Abaddon is suiciding? Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I guess it is a support swap.
Sure.
Then
sure.
we'll TP up to the top lane. It does feel a bit strange, though. Perhaps thinking that Flea's going to be able to harass a little bit better melees.
Yeah. I think also it's like if Bat's going to sit down here and be countered, you'd rather the support that's more greedy be getting the XP and the last hits. Like
Right.
Flea, you'd rather Flea take that on Windranger than an Abaddon. Like, what does an Abaddon do with extra farm and levels? Basically nothing.
Maybe MSS, because we've been paying so much attention down to the bottom lane that we haven't seen how many arrows that MSS has actually collected, or rather been able to land. So perhaps that's why they the swap as well, to make sure that they could just purge off the arrow.
Yeah, takes the threat away from the Rana. That's definitely part of it. And it's like they weren't winning that bot lane anyway, so just something.
Might as well shift.
Yeah, exactly. Something to take a little bit of pressure off the top lane. That makes sense for sure.
Turn back around. Can they get this kill over on King RD? It's looking damn good. Lellis collects himself a kill. Gee, he's a big chonky boy, and Flea will shackle him to a tree, but does not have that damage. Lane. Patiently for an arrow over here on this Beastmaster. Though. Party.
Bounty.
Feel yourself forward here. Couple of these hits off. Nice tornado. MSS waiting patiently. It's a little bit more damage. Did get a missed uphill chance though. Some pressure being placed over here on Adriano, but not enough to get the kill. And they also force Flea over. Really making Team Brazil work for this. Regen Ring gets picked up by Flea.
Oh, nice
Turn
shackle.
back around the shackle. It's beautiful, but they just don't have the damage. They'll fall. They'll turn right back around again. They'll get the kill onto the Ogre, but they'll end up losing the mid lane and his courier and his boar and his little dog too at this point. Everything in the kit.
The difference between this game and the last game, well, number one is that Team Brazil are losing at this point, but number two is that Francis at least is hero I think can benefit from being the guy that's like alive for these kills. He's definitely a hero that can carry the game if he's given enough space. So if his cores are doing whatever, he can still carry this as long as he's not feeding.
Always the hope is that your position 4 is not feeding. Quint's dominating over here in this mid lane. So hard for Adriano to get anything done. Snap, you figured there'd be more damage on this tower, but they just can't. Back around again. SVG waiting patiently. Got the cold snap queued up. It's hiding over in Nice big scary ogre. Swamp. Find a new home, and apparently it's mid lane.
Get out of my swamp, donkey.
Good job. Oh, you are? Hello? That was a little bit questionable. He could have actually gone back in. They might have been able to get the kill on Yuar, but he just waffled too much. He got too scared in the bottom lane. The duel comes out over onto King RD. Do they have enough damage? That's gonna be Lellis' first duel victory.
He had a fairy fire. He was debating on Yuar.
That was so Canadian sounding.
Yuar.
Yuar.
Where they pick my car? Yuar, get in the car.
I don't know what that one is. That doesn't sound Canadian. It just sounds like you need to poop.
Well, don't.
You probably do, knowing you.
That was my secret, okay?
Oh, Quinn needs to be a little careful. They don't have the mana for the roar, though, so they're just going to try to slow him down. There's going to be the arrow. It doesn't quite connect. Ghostwalk is up, though, and they don't have the detection. Like that. Walks away again. Easy peasy.
Flea is hitting really cool shackles, but it's very unfortunate. There's not enough damage there. With the Beastmaster not having mana to roar, as well as not having the detection. It's like almost there, but not quite.
I just feel like most of his life is being sent into the air here. The jump forward from MSS. Lellis is here too. And now we have 4 heroes in the mid lane, so I think this tower's going down. Well, as we do have Lellis hunting for a duel over here. Top lane. Place a little vision up and around the side. Ward's spotting out SVG though, so you can see that King RD is already leaving top. Doesn't want anything to do with this. Shift their attention out to the top lane instead.
Goes to Belay, takes bot.
Look to their middle tower.
I don't think he can exactly pressure down here, but it's a place to farm.
Got some big dreams, you know. It's not quite there yet, but aspirationally, they'll get there eventually.
Well, with these people, maybe
they have Moonlight Shadow picked up, though. Look at this. Already just doesn't want to get spotted. Has the leaps. Could just TP himself out. That's exactly what he does, so we'll use the glyph. So it's already out, and pressure being placed. So you've got Team Brazil placing 4 people in the bottom lane, but farming going on here from as they split up with the lanes and put the pressure down.
They don't exactly have great tower push on Quincy crew though, so this trade definitely in favor of Brazil. If they can defend this top tower, I think things are looking pretty solid for them, but looks like Yuar's made his way
Look
here.
like they're gonna.
Yeah, they're not.
He's got meta.
Yuar needs some space. He has not been getting great levels or farm in this top lane.
But I feel like this happened last time with the Faceless. What the heck is going on in the back lanes here? SVG? Alright, well, he was trying to go for the courier kill. He now has 3 people chasing him between the tier 2 and the tier 3. By the tower, share to group.
That's a classic Ogre Magi, isn't it? You look away, you're looking at TB, it's like, oh, he doesn't have meta, and then you look mid, and it's like, what the hell? There's an Ogre at the tier 3.
What's he doing over there? Yeah. Smoke has gotten used, though. They might be able to go and grab Costabile. Position has a Tornado EMP. Open up, hold up with Cold Snap here. Beautiful arrow. They need a little bit more damage to leap forward. They want to get the duel off, and they get it off just in the nick of time. Beautifully done coming out from Quincy Crew with the timing to leap forward here from MSS. Says, get off of that bounty rune, Flea. That belongs to me.
2 kills, 2 duel wins on Lellis. He is going to have a very solid...
He's got a blink dagger.
Yeah, it's to the point where he could almost even skip the blade mail and still do enough damage to kill any of the Brazil cores, but I think it's too good against Troll that you probably still don't skip it. But when you get a couple of early duel kills on Legion, she just feels like so much better of a hero, because no matter what items the enemy team gets, you always have enough damage to kill them full to 0. This hero's all about thresholds. Having just enough.
Not quite going to land over here. Lellis just going. He could feel it. He wanted that. They landed an arrow.
Shadows take us.
Shadow. Trying to just make the See, they do have a sentry ward though down on the side, so not any sort of. The blink picked up though.
I think Costa Bila is probably the hardest dual target currently with an Abaddon sitting behind him. You have to be very careful.
Need a lot of damage to just burst him down fast so he can't get off.
Yeah, if he presses R before your duel, it's just over. Even if he whirling axes. Like, I feel like you need Quinn there right now. Maybe a couple more duel wins and Lelis can do it, especially if he does get that blade mail. But up until that point, he's got to be a bit careful with this troll. Like, you want to duel the troll as a Legion. It feels good to duel the troll if you can get it in the right circumstance, but it can feel very bad.
All right, Lelis, getting into position. Need to be careful though because they do have the roar. They'll still use it on Lelis, so they'll open the door for any further duels if they want to go in, knowing they don't have to worry about that any longer. Clearing out the creep wave, Quinn putting some damage down. A lot of ways to buff each other up here. Creep wave means that they're gonna have to be a little bit more down the board. Everybody here in the mid lane. King RD going in though with the drag off over here onto Lelis, so they follow up with a good fire blast. We'll slow them down. Another shackle being thrown out by Fleet, but where's your damage? There's no follow up. There's no mana left over here on Bronze Constabule. And oh, here comes in Big Yawar looking to try to get himself some kills, get some dual damage possibly here for Lelis. Easy peasy, and just chasing back Adriana. So there it is. We got a super buffed up Terrorblade. He's got Alacrity. He's got himself some Bloodlust. Everything kitchen sink, and just like that, down goes the mid tower.
And they're doing the double medallion into solar medallion build as well as a team. They have a medallion on Mirana, and then they also have one on Quinn, who I imagine will probably be building that into a full solar at some point. But even if you do have two medallions, you can aggressively medallion somebody and then defensively medallion somebody else. So it's a pretty nice thing that teams are experimenting with this lately. I really think medallions just such a value item in general.
Sure. Thing getting picked up quite a bit either way here. But we'll start to see the Trolls farm start to accelerate a little bit more. Lelis with the double damage. He was hoping he could pick off someone here. But yeah, we do have the Battle Fury completed Trolls, so that farm up. But the way that Quincy's playing, I don't know if it'll even matter in some cases. They just are moving so well together as a team, taking these great fights. Play off a little bit here. Occasionally though, we'll be able to go for the grab. Lelis waiting patiently. Nice shackle though. It's not going to be enough, Lee, unfortunately for you. They go in for the duel. They have everything they need to go and get Lelis a little bit more duel damage, and they might even be able to find themselves KJ sitting at level 6, but it does go and skills the ult at the last second to stay alive.
Do this.
We have now on Lelis. We've got 40 duel damage at 15 minutes. It's pretty good.
He's huge, and I mean, it's surprising. Like, given how much they're focusing on him too in each of these fights, they're casting arrow, they're casting shackle on him, they're lassoing him, they're roaring him. Every single spell is being cast on Lilith because otherwise he can just dispel, right? Like, you have to cast it on him, and yet still he's not only surviving that, but he is dueling somebody and winning in every single team fight. This is like the perfect Legion game so far.
The follow-up too coming out from his team. Task, you know, SVG always in that perfect position, making sure that he can go and stun them up. Roar does come out though over here, so it looks like they're going to be able to go find themselves an ogre kill. We'll find that, but Lelis again over here on the side finds the kill on Flea. No hard feelings, nothing personnel, kid, but he's got 50 dual damage right now. Wow, indeed.
See, this is one of those heroes where being that kind of side lane space making feeding guy is maybe not so good. You know, you do this against Legion a couple too many times and all of a sudden she has rapier levels of damage.
Definitely boosting up. She went for the Vlads though next. Utility, keep everybody alive a little bit longer.
Yeah, this is the buff you are
not
strat.
Looking. Yeah, but she's not looking. I mean, definitely the buff you are strat when you consider put on him. But she's not looking for the blade mail at all. She doesn't care.
I think that's reasonable and just speaks to how Quincy like to play as a team, and it's not about their individual performances. It's about how they, you know, mesh together. And once again, you know, they have this. They're going for this. They have this double medallion. They have the Vlad. They have all of these things that are going to make Yawar stronger.
Well, he's considering going in for the duel against KJ here, but probably not the best target when you could grab yourself a 4DR. There's the duel, there's the damage, there's the death, and there is the bonus. Here, 60 dual victory damage now on this Legion Commander. She is terrifying. Get into Roche, they've got the medallion, they've got the meta, they've got all the buffs that they need here for Mr. Yawar. Life is good if you're a Quincy crew member.
This TV medallion invoker thing is
dirty.
It's dirty. It's really dirty. I mean, especially with these other buffs that they have too. Legion, Bloodlust. I love this draft. Like, there's so much synergy between these heroes that it's... You need the same level of synergy from the enemy team, or you're just... It's too easy to lose to this.
Alright, Team Brazil. Very difficult. Look at Yawar. He's like so massive. He's so fast. He just runs down here over at this poor... As the Whirling Axe has come out from Costabile. The Spirit Vessel completed. What do you do when you just have a giant Terrorblade running at your face?
I think if there's any time to fight, I don't think Brazil can fight right now, even without meta, but I think if there's a time where they would decide to fight, it is when there is no meta. But even then, it's like, you're only going to get SVG.
Yeah. Again, the Ogre drop behind here. Quinn coming in with the Tornado will be able to keep him alive. They'll go throw out a Deafening Blast. They're still chasing after SVG. They should be able to find this kill. Will eventually pop. Abaddon cleans up, but again, all you've lost is an Ogre. She doesn't seem too bothered by it. I'm sure they'd like him to be alive, but if anyone's gonna go down, that's the guy they want.
I think it's the only guy that can really...
Oh! On in here, they need more damage though. Can they still get it though? Is the question. Yes, they will. King RD will fall more dual damage despite the roar getting used. And Costabile going right back in here again. They do have an Aegis over here onto Yawar. So you can see Flea chasing after him. Nice Ice Wall will slow them down. Literally slow down Adriano. There it is. There's the kill. There's no more Beastmaster in this fight despite that nice shackle holding MSS into place. But now Flea forced to run away here. Little bit of a chase, an arrow tossed out, won't connect. Quinn joining up over on the back lines, does manage to see Costabile, but the rest of the side of Team Brazil just forced to run away. They don't want to fight this, they don't have all their heroes. It's just too difficult right now. And meta's going to be up in about 6 seconds, so that window that they had to try to make things happen closing up quickly. And body blocks coming out. SVG, he's a big boy. A tornado will slow him down a little bit, followed up with an arrow, beautifully done here by MSS. SVG says, you were bullying me earlier, but I'm back, baby. Do not mess with the big boy on this team. Now again, Costabile slowed down, followed up a nice multi-cast with a duel. There's nothing that can stop Lelis.
100
oh,
damage.
Baby.
100 at 20 minutes.
100.
Like, this guy has a Daedalus worth, more than a Daedalus worth of damage at 20 minutes. He doesn't need to build items.
Just needs to keep murdering people. It's working out for him so far. We talk about how this team is working so well together. Yawar's had a perfect game. Has not died once. Same thing with Lelis. They've only had 4 kills on the side of Team Brazil. All right, who's the feeder? I think it's SVG. It's SVG. SVG's the feeder.
It's literally just SVG.
It's okay, though. It's okay. He's getting his revenge.
Yeah.
SVG's revenge. That's what we're going to title this game. Just keep up.
Yeah. I feel like he needs to get his revenge in every game, because in every game he's just running into the lane. Please hit me instead of my core.
Hey, it works. He's the bodyguard to Yawar. He's the Kevin Costner to his Whitney Houston here. Another fight coming out. Look how much damage they take. Arrow tossed out over on the side. Doesn't quite manage to connect, but they just jump on Costabile almost immediately, and he's just gone. There is no troll that's going to be a part of this fight or this game, it seems. Again, chasing down after KJ. He already got murdered once. He's going to go down again. And the rest of the team chasing after some of these little candy kills, but eye on the prize right now. They do need a creep wave, but they don't have just yet. Quinn's like, man, I haven't even been able to kill anyone. You guys aren't leaving me anything here. You're murdering them too fast. It's a kill on Yawar's courier at the very least, but look at them. They're just no fear. They know that the core can't fight against them. Yawar's just chewing through their buildings. They got that one little creep, two little creeps, sorry, my bad. Gotta give credit to Fred over there. Nice shackle, but doesn't actually do much of anything. It just looks kind of pretty. Fleet just watches all of his buildings get chewn through. God. Got the Scotty.
A Abaddon TP'd bot.
Hello?
Abaddon TP'd bot while getting Rexed. Oh my god, he's out. Are you serious?
See you later, nerds.
Dude.
And look at this Lelis. He sees King RD. He wants to get himself another duel here. Followed up with a Sunstrike. Followed up with the damage. There it is. He's toast. Another winner victory. They'll just bide their time. Make some goo-goo eyes over here at KJ. But at the end of the day, just wait patiently. They throw out the shield. You are just, kind of standing here. Still has the Sunder up. Turns right back around again. It's a nice shackle. Looks like they're going to finally be able to take down Yuar. Doesn't have that Aegis any longer. So finally, someone else on the team will feed a little bit here for the side of Quincy. But BG says, nope. Quinn, help me. Quinn says, maybe. All right, yeah, I'll throw out a tornado. You're going to get hit on the tree. There's only so much that I can really do for you right now, SVG. I think you're going to fall too.
Yeah, he tried. I mean, Quinn is such a huge part right now of the disengage from Quincy crew. So if he TPs out like that, Yawar is at a lot greater of a risk, because then there isn't somebody to tornado and to also disarm the troll with that deafening blast.
It's a little greedy.
It was a bit greedy.
I can feel the bloodlust coming off. Guys, Lelis linking forward, finds Costabile with one of those beautiful meteors. They've got plenty of damage. That's a dead troll. I feel like this guy spent more time dead than he's actually been alive. That's going to be a dead Adriano. That's going to be a dead Abaddon. That's a double kill. The murder train is on. You can run, but you can't hide from Quincy crew. So they just go barreling down the bottom here.
I think
the mid.
I think every single duel that Lelis has been a part of, he's won. This guy's legitimately 100% dual victory win rate. That was redundant. But he has a high win rate. It's 100.
Thanks, Jenkins.
You're welcome. Back to you, Moxie.
And back to me, where I'm looking at Lelis just chewing through the building. The duels are going to be off cooldown in about 3 seconds. If anybody shows their face, that's going to be a little bit more dual damage for our Legion Commander. In fact, look at this King RD. He's got an Invis rune. He's lucky that they don't have any detection, or else he would be the dual victim #1 here. Leap forward, though. Leap out again from MSS. He's just playing. He's having a good time. King RD getting stunned up. Look at that. Lelis, he finds him immediately. They blow him up, and they'll hold him in place. Look at how big you are is right now. Lelis having to back away. They've got this BKB over here on Kotabi. It doesn't matter, though. You are just so much flipping damage. He can't seem to just fight here. Cannot man fight this big old Terrorblade. They're going right past the buildings. Getting a little greedy here, Quincy crew. I get it. You're hungry. You've got the bloodlust, but you might want to go back and hit some buildings. It is Defense of the Ancients, after all, not murder everybody on Team Brazil. The shackle thrown out over on Quinn. Tower goes down. I don't know how they get in here. Another reflection placed out over onto Costabile. You can feel it. Lelis, he's hungry. He's not sitting at a lot of health. He's got duel up in about 9 more seconds. We'll use some roar over here onto Quinn, but it doesn't matter. You just purge it right off. You've got a Legion Commander, baby. And again, the Spirit Vessel trying to do a drive-by here, manages to succeed. They'll get another kill onto Costabile, and this is just looking like Quincy crew showing off that they're the kings of this continent. And the other one down there in the south as they'll chase after Flea, get another stun. They don't have the duel up just yet. Sorry, Lelis. Oh, I'm sorry, he did have it up, but looks like he'll back off, and they'll keep their eye on the prize. I'm waiting for it. Who's it gonna be? Who's getting dueled?
It's Flea. It's gonna be Flea.
It's gonna be Flea. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be Flea.
I think it has to be King. Otherwise, he lassos into Fountain, right?
Probably. All right, there's the last SVG. No.
Really?
There he goes. Down he goes. Had to feed one more time.
That's who you're gonna.
We're just kidding. We love you, SVG.
Bro.
Oh. Buzz. GG gets called. Quincy crew.
That was a disrespect lasso.
That was indeed.
You know what? You lasso an ogre because you think it's good to lasso an ogre into Fountain. That's like...
I mean, he's King RD. King RD, he's a fun guy.
Come here, SVG.
Come here, buddy. He beckons him with the finger.